Okay, welcome back to political science class, session number 2 of the day. Okay, so the morning session, I told you the things that led to, or the events that led to the Cold War. Okay, and what is the Cold War? Such kind of things we discussed already, right? The morning session. So we know that it's what we can say, tug of war between two countries, two power blocks. One is led by Russia, USSR, Soviet Union. Other is by United States of America. United States of America. The first page itself, you're able to see the pictures, okay, of the American flag and the Russian one. Okay, the communist flag. Clear. So the end of the Second World War led to the rise of two major centers of power. Okay. After the Second World War, what happened? The two major powers they developed. Okay. Center of powers. The two pictures above symbolize the victory of the US and the USSR in the Second World War. These two pictures. Okay. In the first pictures, American soldiers raising US flag during the Battle of Iwo Jima, Japan on 23rd February 1945. Clear? So that shows the American domination over Japan. Okay. The second picture shows Soviet soldiers raising the USSR flag on the Reichstag building in Berlin, Germany. Reichstag means, what is that? That's the German parliament. German parliament. Okay, Reichstag. Okay, building in Berlin, Germany. Okay, so these two pictures showing the development of two world powers, US and USSR. US and USSR. Clear? The first chapter, we are discussing about the Cold War, right? We're going to discuss about the Cold War. I already told you. And Cold War related issues, okay, or the issues that we are able to understand from the history, okay, related with the Second World War and the Cold War and the tug of war between these two power blocks. And the third power block, what is that? That is the non-aligned movement. Non-aligned movement. Okay, so here you can see the overview. This chapter provides a backdrop of the entire book. This chapter alone. Okay, it is the backdrop of the entire textbook. The end of the Cold War is usually seen as the beginning of the contemporary era in the world politics, which is the subject matter of this book. Okay, so you can see that end of the Cold War is marked the beginning of the contemporary period, the beginning of the present era or present period in history or in the world politics. It is therefore appropriate that we begin the story with the discussion of the Cold War. So before starting the discussion of the present or the current era, we want to discuss the Cold War, okay, and how the countries participated in the different power blocks. The chapter shows how the dominance of two superpowers, the United States of America and the Soviet Union. Okay, Soviet Union, presently it is termed as the Russia. Clear or not? There is no country called as Soviet Union now. It is disintegrated. Okay, now it is called as Russia. It's one single country. It attracts the various arenas of the Cold War in different part of the world. Okay, so related with the Cold War, there are now numerous events are there. We will discuss that too. The chapter views the non-aligned movement now. What is that? Now, non-aligned movement, not to the part of US or USSR. I already told in the morning session there. Okay, India is the major country that followed this system NAM and made many of the other countries to follow the same principle or same foreign policy, non-aligned movement, as a challenge to the dominance of the two superpowers and describe the attempt by the non-aligned countries to establish a new international economic order, NIEO. Clear? So now, or the newly independent countries or the countries, they are not the part of USSR power bloc or US power bloc. They stood separately and tried to create a new international economical order called as NIEO. Again, as a means of attaining economical development and political independence. So they tried to, the countries, NAM countries, they tried to create a new economical order to establish or to attain economic development and political independence. Political independence. That's what a NEO for us. So it concludes with the assessment of India's role in NAM and asks how successful the policy of non-alignment has been in protecting India's interests. And we want to learn how the NAM protected the India's interests or India's relationship with other countries, Okay, so we are just going to discuss about these things in this entire textbook. Clear? The modern era, the current era. Okay, so you can see okay, picture here, page number 2. One girl and a boy, they are traveling in an airplane. We are on the world tour. We'll meet you in different countries. Feels good to be around where events have happened. So we are going for a world tour, right? Clear? We're going for a world tour. We will observe, we will visit a number of countries and we'll study the events that what happened there. Clear or not? Okay, clear. So this textbook is basically not the incidents that related with the India, but the entire world. That's what contemporary world politics, present day world politics, the contemporary, the present period. Okay, so you can see a map here, map showing the range of the nuclear missiles under construction in Cuba, used during the secret meetings of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Clear? So this is Cuba. Okay, can you see that? Cuba. It's marked on that map. Okay, the circle shows that the area under threat, the missiles that planted in Cuba can reach these destinations within the circle. Clear? Different ranged missiles are there. Okay, so is America is under the threat there? Check it. Is America is within the limit of Cuban missiles? Please check. Please check that the map of the map of two continents. What are those continents? Tell me. This Atlantic Ocean is here. Mexico is here. Other things are not that much clear, I think. Okay, right? Other things are not that much clear. Pacific Ocean is there. Okay. Hmm? Then tell me, what are these continents? By observing the shape of this map. Is that India? Hmm? Is that Africa? Then what left? Hmm? No answers? No answers from anyone. The range of the missiles, okay. Here, 500,000, 2,200 kilometers range missiles are there. That also nuclear missiles. So it is Cuba. So we will discuss something about Cuba. This is North America. Okay. North America. This area, it is South America. Okay. Clear or not? It is the Pacific Ocean at the right, sorry, at the left, and the Atlantic Ocean in the right side. Atlantic in the right side. Clear? Okay, so Cuba is an island country in the Pacific Ocean, very close to the continent North America. Very close to the continent North America. But here the irony is Cuba is a country that is a socialist or a communist one. Clear or not? If it is socialist or communist means they are always keeping friendship with America or Russia. Tell me. America or USSR. Tell me. Huh? I already told you that Cuba is a communist country. Okay. And following socialism. So tell me, they are keeping a close friendship with which bloc?
Russia.
Russia. A close relationship with Russia. Okay. So America, it is an enemy country of this white color. Okay. It's an enemy country of Russia. And see here, very close to America, Soviet Unions. I mean, Russia's friend is here. All right. Clear. So it is easy for Russia to plant or arrange nuclear missiles in Cuba at any time. From Cuba, they are able to operate these nuclear missiles to or against America. Clear? Okay, Cuba is very close to America. From Russia, it is very difficult to operate a nuclear missile or send a nuclear missile to destruct America, but it is so easy from Cuba. Clear? And Cuba is against America, and they are the supporters of Russia. Both have communist socialist governments. Communist and socialist governments. Clear or not? So what America will do? America will allow these Russians to plant these nuclear missiles in Cuba. Will they? They will try to stop that, right? Anyway, right? Definitely, because they know that it's a threat. It's a threat. So that happened in India also. Okay. So in India, basically not in India, in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka. Clear? Clear. Okay. The China came forwarded with a program to construct a harbor or a port city in Sri Lanka without no cost. Sri Lanka don't want to pay anything for it. Clear or not? Only one agreement is there. What is that agreement? One warship of China will always remain or always anchor or stay in that port. Is that good for India? Is that good for India? What is your answer?
No.
A warship will be there at the southern tip of India. That was a Chinese warship. Anytime they are able to launch a missile from that, right? A nuclear weapon from that particular warship. Okay, clear or not? Like that happened in America also. It is a Cuba. It is not a ship, but a small island country. Island country it is. But you heard about Fidel Castro? Heard about Fidel Castro? Fidel Castro? No. Che Guevara? No. Okay, let it be. Okay, okay, we will discuss about them too. Okay, so all the related with so this names are related with the communist politics in Cuba. Okay, let it be. We will discuss that later. So now we are going to discuss the first one, the first important question for us, the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis. Now you know where is Cuba is located. Cuba is located. Their connection with the USSR and they are against America. Clear? Because their policies are different. Policies are different. Okay. In April 1961, the leaders of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republica, USSR, okay, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, that's what USSR, clear? Okay, underline. We're worried that the United States of America, USA, United States of America, would invade communist-ruled Cuba and overthrow Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro, the ruler of Cuba. So the Russian government, they worried about a problem. What is that problem? America is trying to invade, attack, and control Cuba and overthrow Fidel Castro from power. Okay, so Fidel Castro is a communist leader, and basically he's believing in socialism and keeping a strict relationship with Russia. I mean the USSR. Okay, the president of small island nation. Who is Fidel Castro? The president of that small island nation. What is that? What is the name of that island nation? It is Cuba. Clear? Cuba. Okay. Cuba was an ally of the Soviet Union. Ally means ally, keeping a friendship with or a link with. That's what an ally. Clear? Ally of the Soviet Union and received both diplomatic and financial aid from it. Clear? Basically, In politics, we already want to learn one particular usage. What is that? Enemy is my friend. What is that? Enemy is my friend. That is the method. Basically, these countries are creating allies or friendship. Clear or not? Here, Cuba is against America. So, America's common enemy, sorry, America's enemy is Russia. And Russia and Cuba, they made an alliance against their common enemy, America. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, that's what happened here. So, Cuba received a lot of help from USSR. Okay, because both countries are allies, and the Cuba want to achieve development also. Okay, it's a small island country. Okay, so next one, Nikita Khrushchev. Underline Nikita Khrushchev. Khrushchev, Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviet Union, decided to convert Cuba into a Russian base. So what happened here? What happened here? Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Russia or the USSR, he wished to convert Cuba into a base of Russia. Base means a military base. Clear or not? Okay. By deploying missiles, weapons, and everything in Cuba, and it is easy for Russia to attack America. Okay, in 1962, he placed nuclear missiles in Cuba. Clear? In which year? 1962, Nikita Khrushchev and USSR placed nuclear missiles in Cuba. Okay, the installation of these weapons put the US for the first time under fire from close range and nearly doubled the number of bases or cities in the American mainland which could be threatened by the USSR. So America on fire now. Clear? Okay, in the First World War and Second World War also we can say that American mainland is untouched by any other country. Clear or not? America participated in the war, but not in that country. Clear? Only one time we can say that it is the Japanese fleet of numerous airplanes that attacked one harbor of America, termed as, what is the name of that harbor? That's in the 1942. 1942. It's a famous attack. Number of movies also are there, the same name. Japanese Air Force used numerous fighter planes to attack that harbor of America. Okay, have you heard about the Pearl Harbor attack? What is that? Pearl Harbor attack. Write down somewhere. Pearl Harbor attack. So, number of American warships were destructed by the Japanese fleet of war planes. Clear or not? So that is the only one or two rare incidents that happened in the American mainland. American mainland. Okay, but now what happened? Okay, America is on fire because it is very close. Cuba is very close to America. Not only that, nuclear missiles are there in where? Cuba. Anytime Russia is able to operate that missiles against America. Clear? Almost all the important cities of America is under that threat. Okay, clear or not? For example, China on number of missiles. Clear? Hmm? And they and almost all their missiles are able to reach any city of India at any time. That's what the range of those missiles. Okay, 10,000 to 15,000 kilometers easily those missiles will cover. Clear? Clear? So easily the missiles can reach any city of India. And Indian missiles also. Clear or not? Okay, that can reach what you can say China too. China too. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay. So you know anti-missile systems. How we are able to escape from this missile attack? Hmm? Any anti-missile systems are there. So don't know about any what we can say weapon management systems. Any idea? No. Anti-missile systems are there or not? Huh? Escape from the missile attack. Any other anti-missile systems are there? Are there? Number of systems are there. Clear or not? Tell me, Amal Raj, what is that?
Sir, Russia has 400 say
Ah,
anti-missile system,
okay, fine.
and also the planes it can hit. We generally use the radar to find the missile and escape.
Of course. Okay, so such kind of anti-missile systems are there. So India's one anti-missile system is under experiment. That is the Kali. Okay, it's for general knowledge. Kilo ampere linear injector. Kilo ampere linear injector. That's a mechanism that is under construction or experimental. Okay, experiment is going on. So kilo ampere linear injector is useful to destruct the enemy's missiles. Clear or not? So we can track it. Okay, we can relocate it. Where from that missile came, we can relocate it and we can send back to the place where that came from. Okay, such kind of systems are there. Missile identification and destructive mechanisms are there. Patriot from America, the 400 missile mechanism, I mean, anti-missile mechanism from Russia, like that various anti-missile. Okay, but that time those kind of anti-missile mechanisms are not that much developed. Okay, so almost all American cities are under trouble, America on fire. Okay, 3 weeks after the Soviet Union had placed the nuclear weapons in Cuba, clear. So in 1962, a number of nuclear weapons that was placed by USSR in Cuba. The Americans become aware of it. The US President John F. Kennedy, okay, that time was the American President John F. Kennedy, and his advisors were reluctant to do anything that might lead to full-scale nuclear war between the two countries. Okay, so Russia is doing this. Russia is placing different kind of nuclear, what we can say, missiles in Cuba, and American President John F. Kennedy and his advisories, okay, secretaries are not ready to attack Russia. Okay, they know that if they do something against Russia, it will lead to a, what is that, a nuclear war, clear or not? The entire destruction will be the result of such kind of war there. So they not did it. So they stay quiet. Okay, so here we are, full-scale nuclear war between the two countries. But they were determined to get Khrushchev to remove the missiles and the nuclear weapons from Cuba. But they want to do one thing. What is that? They want Khrushchev to remove these nuclear weapons from Cuba. Okay, so Kennedy ordered American warships to intercept and the Soviet ships heading to Cuba, sorry, any Soviet ships heading to Cuba as a way of warning to the USSR of his seriousness. Okay, so America give an order to its navy. Okay, clear on what is that? Intercept the Russian ships, or not allowing any Russian ships to enter the Cuban territory. Clear or not? So they made a blockade around Cuba with the American ships. Okay, so Cuba, remember, it's just an island. So number of American ships covered what, Cuba, and created a blockade. Clear. So Russian ships are unable to reach where Cuba. Clear. Okay, so America did the use that strategy to stop the activity of USSR. Okay, a clash seemed imminent in what came to be known as the Cuban Missile Crisis. So all the countries observe that incident curiously. Okay, what will happen there? If any provocation is there, definitely it will lead to a war. What kind of war? Hmm? The nuclear war. Nuclear war. So very serious situation. Very serious situation. Okay, clash made the whole world nervous. For it would have been no ordinary war. Eventually, to the world's great relief, both sides decided to avoid war. So a great relief. What is that? Both sides, America and Russia, they avoid the war. Eventually, the world's great relief, both sides decided to avoid war. The Soviet ships slowed down and turned back. Okay, so they not attacked. The Soviet ships are not attacked any American ship. Okay, and the American ships, just to give a warning. Okay, number of war movies are there showing this particular Cuban Missile Crisis. And what really happened there? Number of movies are there. Okay, the Cuban Missile Crisis was a high point of what came to be known as the Cold War. So the Cuban, sorry, tongue slip. The Cuban Missile Crisis is termed as the most important event, okay, in the Cold War period. Cold War period. Okay, the Cold War referred to an competition. Underline, the Cold War referred to the competition, the tensions and a series of confrontations between the United States and the Soviet Union, backed by their respective allies. Clear? So it's a, what is the Cold War? It's a competition between USSR and USA along with their allies, their respective allies. Fortunately, however, it never escalated into a hot war. So the tension between USSR and America, USSR and US, never turned into a hot war. What do you mean a hot war? Hot war. It's a shooting war. Okay. What do you mean shooting war? A bloodshed war. Clear or not? Okay. Cold War is just a competition. Okay. For piling up of arms and armaments. Okay. But a hot war means number of people will suffer. Number of people will die in that. It's a shooting war, actually speaking. So clear. Okay, so the Cold War never turned into a hot war. That is a full-scale war between these two powers. Okay, so a hot war means a full-scale war, means all the three groups of military will participate in that, like the Air Force, Navy, and Army. Okay, clear or not? Clear. But here, nobody engaged in that war. Okay, both America and Russia or USSR, they avoid that war or a hot war. There were wars in various regions with the two powers and their allies involved in warfare and in supporting regional allies. Clear? So we know that in the year 1971, there is a war between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan. So basically, America and Russia used a technique to support their allies, Okay, so in 1971, it is Indira Gandhi. She was the Prime Minister of India, and it is the liberation war to liberate Bangladesh from the clutches of Pakistan. Clear? What is that? This war is for what? To give independence for Bangladesh. Bangladesh, we know that it is the Eastern Pakistan. Eastern Pakistan. Clear? And it was under the control of Pakistan government. But that people in Bangladesh treated very badly by the Pakistan government. Okay, so Bangladesh is they requested help from India to liberate Bangladesh. Liberate Bangladesh. Clear or not? So a war started between India and Pakistan. It's an example, not from this particular chapter. There's a war started between India and Pakistan. Nearly 1 lakh of Pakistan soldiers surrendered in front of the Indian army. Okay, surrendered in front of the Indian army. It is a great shame for Pakistan military. Pakistan military. Clear or not? That time, Indian government, they made an alliance with whom? Russia. Clear or not? Russia. Clear? It's what it was, a secret alliance. And even Pakistan made a direct alliance with America. So Pakistan, they came to know that they are going to taste the defeat. Clear? So what happened there? Very powerful fleet of American ships, the 7th Naval Fleet of America, that came to India, started to India. Okay, clear or not? The last week also that fleet enter into the Indian Ocean, into the Indian Ocean. Very powerful fleet of American Navy, clear or not? Including number of ships. Okay, missile launches are there, destroyer ships are there for them, and even the missile carriers are there, even along with the nuclear weapons. That people, okay, that fleet started from America to India to support Pakistan against India. Clear or not? So think, if that 7th fleet reached the Indian Ocean or the Arabian Sea, what will happen to India? Huh? Are we people able to attack? It is just 1971. Remember, 1971. Our country is slowly developing. Clear or not? Okay. So, but Indira Gandhi told that, okay, coming to India or attack India, that is up to your wish. But I will decide who want to go back to America. Okay, that's what the famous comment that made by Indira Gandhi. Clear or not? Who will decide? He told that I will decide. Want to go back to where? America. Who will go back to America? Okay. So this fleet, naval fleet, they stopped because they know that it's very difficult. Okay, because India, with the aid of whom? Russia. USSR is helping India. So if American fleet reach any of what we can say this ocean like Indian or Arabian Sea, definitely the Russian ships will start attacking the seventh fleet of American Navy. Okay, so that's it. Just an incident I told that. So Pakistan is fighting against India. India is ally of Russia. So America give help to whom? Pakistan. Clear or not? This is the method they always using. Okay. These wars are basically termed as the proxy war. They will not fight. Clear or not? But they will help someone to fight against their enemy. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, that's it. So like that, number of such incidents we want to we can learn from the history. Okay, so backed by the respective allies. Fortunately, however, it never escalated into a hot war. This is a full-scale war between these two powers. There were wars in various regions with the two powers and their allies involved in the warfare and in supporting regional allies, but the least the world avoided another global war. Okay, so these two countries tried something to avoid a global war. I mean, the third world war. Third world war. So, next one. The Cold War was not simply a matter of power rivalries or military alliances and of the balance of power. These were accompanied by a real ideological conflict as well. Okay, this is not just a conflict, I mean, a tug of war between two power blocks or a competition between two power blocks. More than that, ideological conflict also is there. Ideological troubles are there between these two power blocks. What is that? Okay, a difference over the best and the most appropriate way of organizing political, economic, and social life all over the world. The Western Alliance, headed by the US, represent the ideology of liberal democracy and capitalism. So the Western Alliance, the Western Bloc, they headed by America, represented capitalism and liberal democracy. Liberal democracy. Clear. And Eastern Alliance, who are they? Headed by the Soviet Union, was committed to the ideology of socialism and communism. Clear? Okay, so two allies are there. One is the Western allies headed by USA, and is the other is the Eastern ally headed by USSR. Okay, the ideology of USA, it is a liberal democracy and capitalism. Liberal democracy and capitalism. So USSR with what? Communism and socialism. These are the two different ideologies of these two different power blocks. Clear? Clear or not? So tell me, what is the ideology of the third world countries or the countries that following non-alignment movements? Example, India. What type of economy we have in India? Tell me.
Mixed.
America. Mixed. So both is there. Okay. Russian socialism we are accepted, and the good policies of American capitalism also. Clear or not? Okay. We are not the blind believer of socialism or the blind believers of capitalism. Clear? So write down the question. Write a short note on the Cold War. Write a short note on the Cold War. Fine. So next question, what is the Cold War? What is the Cold War? Okay. The end of the Second World War is a landmark in the contemporary world politics. The present world politics that started from 1945. You can say that after the Second World War. Okay. The Allied forces led by US, Soviet Union, Britain, and France defeated the Axis powers led by Germany, Italy, and Japan. The morning session we discussed that. Remembering? Okay. Ending the Second World War, that is in 1945. So the war period is between 1939 to 1945. 1945. Okay. The war had involved almost all the major powers of the world and spread out of spread out to regions outside Europe, including Southeast Asia, China, Burma, present-day Myanmar, and parts of India's northeast. The war devastated the world in terms of loss. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, you got that idea? Got that? Okay, fine. So the war had involved almost the major powers of the world and spread out the regions outside Europe, including Southeast Asia, China, Burma, the parts of India's northeast, and the war devastated the world in terms of loss of human lives and civilian property. Okay, number of people died in that war. Even the case of the Nazism, the Nazi Germany, we know that now the massacre of the Jewish people. Clear or not? No, the Holocaust. Studied about that. Shit about that. Here, how many of you watching one channel called Safari? How many of you people? Just for a common interest, I'm asking. I'm not the proponent of the, I mean, the person those who founded or the person those who propagating the Safari channel, right? I just asked as a, for a common interest. Yeah, Amal Raj. Again, anybody? No. So you plus, sorry, not plus, please. Okay, please check. Okay, in your Grishma Joshi, the tongue slip. Please, okay, please check if that channel is available. Okay, a channel is provided by your network provider or not. If it is so, okay, please check the channel list. Okay, and program list of that particular channel. There are numerous programs that connected with the Second World War. Second World War. I like that channel very much because there is no advertisement in that channel. Okay, continuous programs are there. It's organized by or managed by a famous traveler from Kerala, Sandosh George Kulangara. Clear or not? Okay, a famous world traveler he is. He went to almost all the countries in the world. Okay, and numerous programs is telecasting in that particular channel. Basically related with the World War and world politics. Number of programs are there. Clear or not? That is in Malayalam too. Okay, for easy understanding, I'm speaking about. Or History Channel is there. Okay, History 18 channel is there. Sorry, History Channel is there, Fox 18 channel is there. That all shows or the all telecasting numerous program related with the World War. Right or not? Clear or not? So it is a better understanding. It's a half an hour program, the World War, and number of movies also in that channel. Not the entire movie, the major parts. Okay, most important parts of the movies will be shown in that particular channel. Okay, if it is possible, try to watch that channel. Anyway, nobody in your home will like that channel, I think so, because the people those who have some interest on history, politics, and want to know about the world, different cultures. Okay, it is the channel for that kind of people. And I am just telling you people to do that. Try to watch that movie. I mean that channel. Okay, so clear or not? I am not receiving any particular amount from Santosh George Kulangara. Sorry, Santosh George Kulangara to promoting his channel. Okay, so for easy understanding, I told you people, if it is possible, try to do that. Okay, number of channels are there. Clear? And try to purchase some books related with these things there. I mean, the Second World War, even in our mother tongue or in English. Okay, clear or not? Numerous books are available in the Amazon or Flipkart. Again, I am not the person those who basically supporting this online purchase. Okay, so if it is necessary, you want to know some more about this kind of things, it is very interesting. Okay, world politics is very interesting. Okay, and news about this, I mean, particular events, that is very very interesting. The interesting for me, I am thinking so. Okay, what about you people? I don't know. Anyway, please try to read it. Okay, if reading that, definitely it will create interest. Okay, guys, we will meet in next class. So before to the next coming to the next class, please read all those things and learn it properly. Okay, guys, we will meet in next class. Thank you very much.